Is Simeon Papaelius with Royal LePage Signature Realty. Welcome to you. Let's start by asking you what you think this rate hike means for people's mortgages and the country's housing market.
I mean, there's still a tremendous amount of shock out there. We're very fortunate to represent a significant share of the investment focused marketplace in the Greater Toronto area. So we've had a lot of feedback from hundreds, at this point, maybe thousands of clients over the last 90 days, where they're looking for some direction as to where are we going, what does this mean for my prices, and I just like to remind everyone that for all the things that sometimes we poke fun at the government that they do wrong, we do in Canada have a very, very well thought out system where back in 2018, January 2018, they introduced the qualification to be done at a much higher level than what the rates were at the time, because there were historic lows then, and we've seen historic lows since. So every single person who has a mortgage has been qualified at rates quite a bit higher than where we sit today.
Right.
So everybody should be in a decent position, but things are about to get a bit tighter for sure.
Okay. Erica, on that note, do you think people understand what that means for their finances when the bank continues to raise rates back to back like this? Is that financial literacy there, do you think?
Yes and no. People definitely understand. I think most people have a grasp of what it means for their mortgage payments. If you have a variable mortgage rate, your rate may go up, although a lot of Canadians have fixed payments, even for variable mortgage rates. But that's quite well known. I think the part that may catch people off guard is lines of credit, and that's a really important one. Lines of credit generally have variable interest rates, and those payments do tend to go up and down with the general level of interest rates in the economy. So with rate hikes or rate cuts from the Bank of Canada, your line of credit payments tend to change.
Right. So, Simeon, that is where you come in. If you have a line of credit or a variable rate mortgage, how much is this going to hurt you?
It's not the. It's been the fastest growth in interest rate, obviously, in Canadian history, but it's still, we're going from zero, from like almost free money
right,
to what's still a historic low. So I think we really have to be cognizant of the fact that we're very blessed to be in this range, but we do have to prepare. And if you are if you're in a situation where you have controlled income and the rate really is going to impact your household, I would say this is the time to speak to your mortgage professional and get some advice as to converting that variable product into something fixed and/or restructuring the debt on terms that are more cohesive to your individual situation. I hate to speak in generalities,
right,
but if you are in a variable line of credit and you have significant money on it, as per our peers' advice, this is the time to start looking seriously into that.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to talk to your financial advisor, right? Brian, I think the average person might be thinking, well, if I'm having trouble paying my bills, why would the central bank do this? Can you help us understand